way this is going to work, this training is just explaining each document, and then the second set of trainings, the next set of trainings will break down how to apply this. This will be broken down in deep research, and then this will be broken down in copywriting. The way it works is you first create the deep research prompts. There should be 4. You're then going to use Google Gemini to create these deep research prompts. Then you're going to go into Claude to then create the long form copy. If you just watch the next set of trainings, I promise you it'll be concise and it'll be easy to follow. Now, the reason why I'm breaking it up the way I am is because I don't want you guys to be robots that just copy paste. You're just copy pasting. You have no idea what's going on. You don't know why this is happening. Every small detail, every small problem. If you notice, this program doesn't cost an arm and a leg. It's only, right now it's only $129 a month. I'm sorry if you're watching this and it's more. I probably added more value. That's why the price is up. But right now, this doesn't cost an arm and a leg. You're not paying thousands of dollars for this program. It is a low ticket monthly subscription program that you can cancel at any time. And I say that not to just demeanor you or anything like that, but I want you to understand that the goal here is for you to develop your skills as a marketer. The only way you can develop your skills is if you start to apply critical thinking skills. I am the facilitator of your success, but I cannot do it all for you. I can't just go in your ad account, launch ads, do everything, solve every little minute detail and problem that comes your way, because there will be problems, there will be issues. Now, if it's something specific to the prompts and them not like working in a certain way, that's one thing. But if you apply this information, unfortunately, I cannot guarantee with 100% certainty everything will go smooth. Even when I do this now, things aren't as great as, it's not perfect every single time. There's things I have to tweak, improve, but I'm just begging you guys. And the reason for this specific training is for you to just take a step back and try to start to think a little bit more and pause, take breaks, breathe in and out, and realize what is happening. Because I'm going to break down the prompts. I'm going to show you how they work. And then when you go to apply them, there's going to be specific questions you have, and that's fine. I'm not saying you shouldn't have questions, but I'm just saying, if every little problem comes your way and you're wondering, well, Alex, should I do this? Or should I, in the 5th sentence, it said this, should I tweak this and improve that? You're now getting too granular and you're not understanding the bigger picture of what's happening. Okay, so let me break down these prompts. I'm going to then show you how to apply the prompts. And then we'll have I have a full detailed training. I'll pick a random product. I'll show you how to apply them. But please, as you're doing this, try to read through what the prompts are saying so you can get a good understanding of what is happening. And when you get the prompts back after we apply them to a specific product or whatever, just try to read and just try to just take a moment and try to understand what's happening. Okay, I'm breaking it down in so many details because I get questions all the time. Well, it said this angle should be for this. So do you think if I do that? It's one of those things, by the way, guys, where we can sit down and speculate all day long. But the reality of the situation is if you just go out there, apply the knowledge, and have a short feedback loop where you test something, you get information and data, you make a data-driven decision, and then move to the next step. But I don't want you guys coming up to me and saying, Alex, can you read my deep research prompts and tell me what you think? I'm not going to sit here and read. These deep research prompts are going to print, probably 5 to 10 pages per prompt. So I'm not going to sit here and read through all your deep research. I'm not going to sit here and read through every single line of copy. That's your responsibility to then, I'm going to provide the tool. You now have to build the shed. I can't give you the tools, then also build the shed for you. Every now and again, some small things here and there, I'm more than happy to give that feedback on. But I am not, I'm only one person. I can't go through everybody's deep research prompts and everybody's long form copy prompts and read 1,400 to 1,700 words for everybody and all their different stories. Just saying that now. I know it might seem like I'm heated, but I'm not. I'm actually just passionate about this, but I do know I can already forecast a ton of people that are beginners that are going to join in, and then they're going to start getting overwhelmed with all this stuff. All right. So let's break down what each thing covers so you know what to do and you know how this process works. All right, so the first one is simple. This is the market awareness level prompt. You're going to literally, again, I'm going to have a separate video on me actually walking through how to do this, but you're literally going to copy this entire thing. You're going to go through, copy this entire thing. And then anything highlighted here, that means you have to fill it out. So you'll see here that this one says broad market / live stage. This is now your responsibility to enter in a detailed demographic breakdown of who your target audience is. It should be broad though. So if you are dropshipping like a sourdough bread bag for women, the broad audience would be women ages 30 to 55. That's what you would fill for there. You'd keep it simple. And then this one would be that can't keep their bread from or want their bread to not be stale. So you'd fill out a basic 1-sentence liner for this, and then it would spit out all the information in Google Gemini, but more on that in the dedicated training for that. But as you can see here, we're going to go through some deep research. We're going to go through and scan Reddit forums, Facebook groups, discussion posts, YouTube comments, blog posts, core questions, peer discussion boards, relevant peer-reviewed or academic articles when applicable. And it's just going to start going through the internet and doing deep research and finding feedback on the different awareness levels. So this is broad, and it covers a broad problem. So it's not going to ask you for any information, at least this first prompt, about your actual product. So if I know, okay, let's say blue light glasses, right? Blue light glasses. Let's just say blue light glasses. We know that most people that know about blue light glasses, or if you don't know what blue light glasses do, they protect your eyes at night from straining and giving you headaches from being in front of a computer screen or phone screen because of the blue light that's emitted for it. So for that example, right, the goal here is to just give a general demographic. And luckily for you, if you don't know the answer to this question, I've already thought about that being a problem. So if you go to this section here that says sub prompt, you have another prompt here that you can copy in. And then right here, at the bottom, you would paste the Amazon link or the competitor's website of the product. And then through deep research, it will scan. You can actually paste this. You can use ChatGPT for this. And it will give you a quick synopsis of the general audience that might have an issue with this, right? So I'd go on Amazon, I'd find some blue light glasses, I'd copy this prompt in, throw in the Amazon link at the bottom here, and then it'll just give me a basic overview. Okay, your target demographic most likely is going to be males ages 30 to 55, and their core issues that they have, they can't sleep at night, or they're having eye problems. From there, the deep research prompts will go ahead and do extra work for you, and we have other prompts that will pair together to help us kind of cross-reference and make sure we are finding the most likely target audience to go after. But right now, we're just trying to get a market awareness level about the problems that they may be having and things that they might be talking about. And then right here, we'll go through the awareness level, so we'll see what percentage of the target market and the target audience understands their problem, right? I have eye strains at night. Do they know about, any potential solutions out there? We don't want to put our product in there because we want deep research to just find it for us. And then that way we can rank them based off of likelihood. Dominant awareness diagnosis. So it'll tell us which awareness level will help us understand that the most. Routine and situation discovery. So this is just going to help us understand reoccurring issues that they have throughout the day, right? Throughout their lives, right? We want to address problems deep enough and urgent enough that people struggle with every day that they want a solution to right now. So that's why we don't sell blue light, or we don't sell toys or LED lamps, things that don't actually solve a problem. It should be something that someone deals with on a common occurrence. Belief structure and awareness level. So just going through the core belief, the false or limiting assumptions, what belief must change to move them forward. Strategic implications for long-form Facebook copy. So this is all geared towards rating copy for native image ads. So it's going to highlight certain information. So that's going to be good. Awareness diagnosis. So they'll go through some insights, and then output rules, percentages. Do not suggest products. Just find like a good general understanding of the market. Do not write obviously copy. Do not name brands, and focus on consumer psychology, behavior, and language. All right. Next one is the pain point mapping. This is where we're going to type in that same exact broad market, reoccurring problem or frustrations, a market awareness level, which was pulled from this prompt. So when you read through this prompt, you'll get a dominant market awareness level, which will probably be problem or solution awareness 99% of the time. And then you would paste that in, and then obviously copy everything else and then throw that in a prompt. This is self-explanatory. We're just going to go through the different issues and pain points that our target audience may be facing. It's going to go through that, and we just want to understand how we can speak to people with that specific pain. And the goal here is to understand the pain, and then understand how our product can come in and solve that. Now, you might be wondering up to this point, well, Alex, all right, it has no idea what a product is. How does it know that, our product can even be a solution? Well, if we keep going through, you'll see here that prompt number 3 is product mechanism and market fit. So we want to address the main problems that the customers may be having. We want to understand their awareness level and figure out, all right, what stage of market awareness are they at? Do they know that they have a problem? And have they tried other solutions? What are those solutions that they may have tried to fix their eye strain? And then we'll now actually start talking about our product. So we'll put our product name. And this is just a generic name of your product. So if it's blue light glasses, put blue light glasses. Don't say Alex's blue light glasses. Just put the name of the generic name of the product. Price range, this is going to be the price range that you are going to price this at. Insert basic function, so what the product does, just a plain overview. So if I know these are blue light glasses, I know that they're going to protect the customer's eye, or anybody's eye, from eye strain. And then additionally, to help you out, because I know you might not for some products that might be a little bit more challenging than others, I'm going to put this Amazon link as an additional reference, just in case you didn't provide a good enough explanation of what the functionality of the product is. By the way, guys, if you're ever confused and lost, I don't know what to say for this, you can just go into a new ChatGPT chat, copy the Amazon listing or your competitor's listing that is close to your product or the exact same of your product, put it in ChatGPT and just say, what would you say in 1 to 2 sentences, the main basic function of this product, and just throw it in there. It's the prompts will pull and extract a lot of the data anyway. We're just kind of guiding it so it understands what we're looking for. It will go through and find even more deep research on what the functionality of your products are. So you can read here, core problem identification. So we'll talk about how our product addresses a certain core issue. Likely target market discovery, so help us understand who and what types of markets we can go after. Age range, gender, lifestyle, situational markers. So like, what are some things that they do on a day-to-day that helps us align with who they are as people? Who would care most about solving this problem? Mechanism discovery. So we'll talk about the true mechanism and like what we do differently than any other solution, including the same types of products and also different products out there. Competing solution landscape, so non-branded, infer what the market has likely tried to do before. So once it identifies who we're going after, it's going to try to also identify, all right, what are some things that this audience have tried before? It's important we know what the competition is out there so we can create other blue light glasses. And then it could also just be other solutions out there. Now that's important to know because maybe these specific blue light glasses are double tinted. I'm just making something up. These specific blue light glasses are double tinted. So one, it makes this better than other blue light glasses because the double tint helps protect your eyes up to 30% more. And then it's also better than any other solution out there, which might be, I don't know, night mask, or I don't know what other potential solutions out there are, but it just makes it better overall. So they're going to compare and contrast all possible other solutions out there or competition out there. We're then going to reanalyze the market awareness level, mechanism versus market beliefs, proof requirements and skepticism. So what are some things that would stop them from buying? We want to address that in the marketing as well. Product market fit, and then strategic implications for long-form copy. So here are your output rules. And then last but not least is breaking limiting beliefs. It goes without saying, pretty self-explanatory, but we want to find ways we can tackle those limiting beliefs. And these will all be their own separate prompts in Google Gemini, right? Now, another question you might be asking, well, Alex, I'm not paying for Google Gemini. Can I use ChatGPT or can I use Claude? Yes, you can use ChatGPT and Claude. I will say though, Google Gemini has the best output. That is just my experience. I've tested this over and over again. They all give good information, but Google Gemini is the most thorough because it is Google. It has all the information database. Anyway, ChatGPT and Claude, guess what they're going to pull information from? From Google's database. So you might as well go to the top guy if you can. All right. And then there you go. So this is where you, again, insert the same market you've been inserting, the same core problem you've been inserting, and now just the solution, the dominant awareness level, which you should know by now. And then you'll go on and on and on. You can read through this, understand what it's going to start spitting out. And then for those of you that are in the process of scaling and you're like, yo, Alex, I want some new angles. How do I go through that? Here you go. We got a new angle prompts. You can always, of course, go through and revisit your first your first 5 angles. But for those of you that have tried maybe the other angles and they weren't good, here's how you can find some new angles and go through the deep research again, go through Gemini again, and do some new angles. And the cool thing about this new angle prompt, you can see here, I already have multiple proven angles for this product, but I need 3 additional deep angles that I can test if performance drops or need expansion angles. You can change this from 3 to 10, whatever you want to do. But yeah, there you go. These angles must not be variations of existing angles, not rely on surface pain points or generic benefits, be strong enough to carry 1400 to 1700 long-form copy, feel like a real discovery, belief shift, oh wow, I've never thought about it that way realization. And then you insert your product name here, insert your niche, insert the price, insert, this would be done in, is it this one? Give me one sec. I have all the action steps already, so we'll get through that. But I want to just see off the top of my head, dude. There's a lot of stuff here. There's the prompt that's like, yo, where are your angles at? That's where this is going to be. Give me one sec to make sure I know what I'm doing. Yeah, so what we do is the Google Gemini chat that has this prompt number 2 pain point prompting. You can see here we're looking for the top 5 marketing angles ranked with percentages. That same chat is where we'll have the new angle prompts go through. So that way it's congruent and whatnot. So you'd want to save these, which we'll have the separate trainings on. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you guys hanging. We'll show you how to do all this stuff in the next set of trainings. So that is the deep research explanation. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm actually not going to do the same thing with copywriting masterclass because there's only a couple prompts there. That's going to be self-explanatory. So now the next set of trainings, you're going to see me just pick a random product and start to apply all this fun stuff here so you understand in real time how this all works.